The WNBA playoffs, they are in full swing, and one team has already advanced to the semifinals, and we have a big Game 3 coming up on Tuesday. Now, I know somebody who is excited about the playoffs, and that is the founder of Girls Talk Sports TV, Khristina Williams. And Khristina joins me now. Khristina, how's it going?
Everything's good. Lots of exciting basketball. The WNBA playoffs are in full swing, so I'm excited.
Yeah, I knew you'd be excited about it for sure. So let's start talking about this, right? This New York Liberty versus Chicago Sky series. So how surprised were you that the Liberty won Game 1, and then how impressed were you with how the Sky responded in Game 2 to even the series?
I actually wasn't surprised that the New York Liberty won one game in this series. I knew that they would not go down without a fight in this series because they have Sabrina Ionescu. And so I wasn't surprised that they won Game 1. But when you talk about the game yesterday with the Chicago Sky, they won by 38 points, which is the largest margin of victory in WNBA playoff history. The Chicago Sky, they are the reigning champions right now. So it didn't surprise me in a win or go home situation. They came out and they did what they needed to do. Kahleah Copper, there was questions about her health going into Game 2, and she came out and set the tone for the game, having 20 points in yesterday's game. And it was that defensive pressure that really gave Chicago the edge over the New York Liberty. The double teams on Sabrina Ionescu, I think they held her to about 7 points. She shot 3 for 5 yesterday. She had 3 turnovers and 3 assists. And so that defensive pressure is what really gave Chicago that edge. And now on Tuesday, they face the Liberty in another win-or-go-home situation to see who would advance to the WNBA semifinals. But again, the Chicago Sky, they outscored the Liberty 33-5 in transition, 60-24 in the paint. And so it was really an offensive game, but defense is what really helped them win yesterday's game as well.
Yeah, they played lockdown D in that game. And you talked about win or go home. That's the situation in Game 3 for both teams Tuesday night at the Barclays Center. So can the Liberty pull off the upset, or do you like the defending champs to advance to the semis here?
I think that if the defending champs, the Chicago Sky, if they do what they did in Game 2, neutralize Sabrina Ionescu, then they will get advanced to that semifinals. I have the Chicago Sky winning Game 2 on the road against the New York Liberty, but I do expect the Liberty to make the proper adjustments to be able to, put up a little bit of a fight. But I have the defending champs moving on to the semifinals.
All right, there you go. You got the defending champs advancing. Now, speaking of advancing to the semis, the Las Vegas Aces, they easily swept the Phoenix Mercury. And look, the Aces offense looked unstoppable in Game 2. So with all the shooting ability that they have, can anyone match up with them in the playoffs?
Now, you said one word, you said offense. Yesterday, we saw 2 games that was full of amazing offense. The Aces, again, they were a team yesterday that had 23 three-pointers in yesterday's game. And I have to give first credit to the Phoenix Mercury. I mean, they were missing a lot of their key and star players through this playoff series due to injury or personal reasons. And so I like that they continued to, fight on no matter what. Now, defense was key in yesterday's game as well. Chelsea Gray, you talked about offense. She had 27 points, 8 assists. Now, can anyone knock off the Aces, to answer your question? I think in the next round, whoever wins the Seattle Mystics series, I have Seattle advancing. I think that Seattle could be evenly matched with the Aces. I know in the last game that they played in the regular season, the Aces actually won that game, but I think Seattle would be the best matchup in terms of having that MVP versus MVP and Brianna Stewart, Asia Wilson going head to head, but also just 2 great teams. And then the Mystics, if they advance, you have 2 great defensive teams as well with the Mystics, with Elena Delle Donne making her return in this series, as well as Natasha Cloud, who leads the league in assists. And so I think either team will be a great matchup, and we'll just have to wait and see who advances.
Not unbeatable. You talked about keeping an eye on the Storm and what you thought they could do in the playoffs, so we shall see. Khristina, always good to talk about the W with you. We'll do this again.
Yeah, thanks for having me.